So I've had my Cricut machine for a few months now, and I have consistently run into the same exact problem. It'll be working just fine, but suddenly it'll cut too far to the right and too far downwards. And I've recalibrated it several times, multiple times. And it'll do great the first time, and then a few cuts later it won't. I've tried adjusting the paper to put it a little bit more maybe up into the left, or just moving around on the mat just to see if that would do something, but that doesn't help. I've also heard that maybe it's an issue with the Cricut not being able to read the registration marks, but I don't really think that that applies to what I'm doing in particular. I also know that you can't have too much lighting directly on it, and you can't have too little lighting, otherwise it won't be able to read. But I think I figured out what my problem is. Now I have my Cricut here next to me, and across of the room is a big window. I don't have curtains or anything, just the blinds, and the sun, you know, clouds are flying by it, so the lighting is always changing. And I could be wrong, but it just seems like that's what is causing my issues. The light is just constantly changing just a little bit, just enough to throw things off. Because when I close the blinds and I turn the light on in here, it's pretty dim, but the Cricut cuts as it should. That being said, there will be some issues, but again, even with the blinds closed, there's still a sun outside. So if it's cloudy and it goes from cloudy to suddenly uncloudy, it's still gonna get brighter, and that's when it seems to mess with the Cricut. Another thing that caused the cutting problems was my mat was getting too old. So I think the paper was slightly sliding when it was being like dragged through the machine itself. Because when I replaced it with a new mat, much stickier, it had a much better grip on the paper, and it wasn't moving around. And that fixed it. But yeah, for me, my situation, the problem seems to be the lighting. But at least I really hope that this is the problem, because I cannot keep going through paper. Another thing that you want to make sure of is that your printer paper is lined up carefully and that it's really straight when inside. Make sure that I don't know what you call these thingies, but just make sure that they're in the right spot so all the paper is together and nice and neat. Otherwise it might print a little bit crooked, and the Cricut machine might end up cutting it inaccurately. I have so many dishes to do. Now I'm just waiting for my toast to be done. There it is. So my boyfriend brought back this laser printer from work that was going to be e-wasted. These things can actually be pretty expensive, so I got really lucky. Hopefully now I can start working on foil projects too. I just gotta figure out where to put this for now. So it's been a few days since I've actually filmed anything, and I need more space because I have this little tiny old desk in the corner that I've been using. And it's great for doing the little tasks that I need, but it's just not really roomy enough. So I took my old desk and I brought it in here with me, and so I'll be able to do a lot more projects all at once. I'm also just sitting around waiting because I'm expecting a package today of the Minc machine so that I can start making foiled stickers in addition to just the plain stuff. If I had a laminator, I would have just tried that instead, but I don't want to get one just to, you know, test it out and have it potentially fail. It's 8 stops away. 6 stops away, and I have no life right now. This is what I do. I just sit and I wait for my stuff. I'm just so excited because I love shiny shit. So I'm just packaging some orders right now, and I actually recorded this long voiceover for it twice, going over, you know, everything that's happening right now in the world. And in the end, I decided I'm not gonna put it up. Like the first round, I got way too emotional and just started crying basically about, you know, everything. And then the second time around, even though I tried to keep it light and just kind of like quickly brush over, I still ended up kind of spiraling down into, you know, more political stuff. But what I am going to do is I'm going to leave some links down below of my favorite YouTubers who are people of color, along with what genre of videos they do. So if you happen to find this and you're interested in, you know, that kind of thing, definitely please go check them out.